Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one. As he's tackled at the 15. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A good start. One play, 10 yards. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. In there to drop him for the loss, linebacker Nakobe Dean, an outstanding play.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
On second down, Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second down and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here we go with Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Jeudy. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. A first carry for Samaje Perine, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Now, defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. They go play action with Hurts. And that is incomplete here.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Second and 10. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And this is caught inside the 5. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Swift will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They go play action with Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Play action. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Play action. Here's Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the 1st half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Just the one touchdown in that 1st half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe making it two. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. This time, good ball security and a good result, 1st and 10.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice running.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And down to the 41.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8. Play action. It's Wilson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. Now Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
That is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and
conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Williams going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Williams going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown. Javonte Williams from 4 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cass the 30. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Trying for it with Pirine. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards on the play there. It's a drive will continue.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Flushed out right. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And they'll begin by running the option. Down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They run out of the gun with Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. Hurts sets up to throw it. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Now Hurts changing up the play. On play action, they'll throw. Being chased out left. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. This one swung out to Williams. And now off to the races down the right side. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. They'll look to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of